Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Ziad, are you from mining department?
Yes, doctor.
You don't have mine 323?
No. Next semester, me.
Okay. So in that course, only 10 students are there, mine 323. And out of those 10, I think only 2 are there in our course. So we can take class today. Okay, what we studied in the last class? Yes. We revise our whatever studied like fluid mechanics, all the 5 chapters in short I introduced. And then we started the thermodynamics. Yes, what is thermodynamics? Yes, anyone? I told you that thermodynamics means it is study of energy, energy related thing, especially heat. Thermes means heat or in the form of energy, and dynamics is related to power. So heat to power conversion, how to utilize heat to produce power. So anything related to heat. For example, if you have a cup of tea, okay, or say pack of ice, whether it is at low temperature or at high temperature, whenever we have interaction of heat or anything related to heat, then that study is called as the thermodynamics. Now we know the energy, but can you tell me what is energy? Energy means ability to cause changes, ability to cause changes, or we can also say capacity of the body to do work. We use very often this term. For example, If you have energy, then you can walk, right? If you have energy, then you can drink. If you have energy, then you can play sports, etc. Why we eat? We eat to gain energy so that we can keep alive our cells. Every organs, all the organs are made up of cells, and cells require energy to survive, to function, to work. So this energy is basically increases our capacity of the body. If you have more energy, then that means you have more capacity to do work. For example, if you have done the breakfast today, then you have got some energy, then you can attend the class and concentrate on thermodynamics. If you have not done the breakfast, then you may have less energy and your body organs may not be having that much capacity to concentrate. So healthy diet or healthy or getting the proper energy at proper time is very important to improve our capacity to learn. Is that clear? Remember, energy is a, we already studied this, energy is a conserved quantity. What is the meaning? Yes, anyone explain?
Like conservation of mass.
Yes, like conservation of mass. What is conservation of energy means?
That the energy that I get is the same the energy that I lose.
Change
There is
way
a
the energy.
famous principle in physics you might have studied, energy conservation, that energy neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can convert from one form to another form. Okay, for example, if you are throwing a stone from, for example, you are throwing keeping and taking a one ball and then throwing in the air. If you are throwing in the air, what is happening? Which forms of energies are there?
Kinetic.
You are giving some energy, right? Then kinetic energy is converted to, what will happen to the final velocity? When the ball will reach to a certain height, what will be its velocity?
0.
It will become, v will become 0. It has some initial velocity, say 200 meter per second, 20 meter per second. It's very, it's 2 meter per second. Okay. Okay, if you are thrown something and it is, so initially you have velocity, but finally velocity is becoming 0. So what is happening here? Initially it has, if you take this as reference, Walid, okay, if I take this as reference, what will happen here? Potential energy is 0, kinetic energy is there. Then when it goes to a height h,
Kinetic energy is 0.
0, and it is converted into all the converted into the
Potential.
yes, k is converted to potential energy, and it will be equal. Whatever was kinetic energy was there at this will become the potential energy at this side. In between, what is happening in between? It has half kinetic, half potential. Say for example, at the middle. Here we have more potential, less kinetic. At this point, we have high kinetic, less potential. Is that clear?
Yes.
Similarly, if it is coming from here, velocity is 0. If it is coming from that place to the back again, then what will happen? Here, it has u equals to 0. Initial velocity is 0. Finally, we will be very high. Say 2 meter per second is coming back. So what will happen? Here we have this some kinetic potential energy, 0 kinetic energy, and it will be converted into the kinetic energy. Is that clear?
Yes.
So from this example, if you have large height, then what will you say? It will have high potential energy and it will be converted to high kinetic energy. You know, even a small drop of water can crack the stone sometimes. Why it will happen? Because it is continuously, every drop is converted into the, it's converting its potential energy to the kinetic energy, and it is hitting, and it is making, it can make a small crack on the, even this, on the stone. Okay, it depends on the height of the droplet from where it is coming continuously. You have the example of Ababil as well. Okay, you know what happened to Abraha. Now, in case of thermodynamics, we need to first determine to study what you want to study. It is called as the system. What you want to study, what you want to analyze is called as system. Okay, it can be matter or it can be place. It can be matter or place. Matter means, for example, if I want to concentrate on this stone, how the stone is moving, then it is related to its mass or matter. Place means, for example, I'm not interested in the what is coming, but I'm interested in, say, for example, a place where something is coming. Okay, what is coming is not important. Where it is coming is important. Then that means I'm concentrating on the place instead of matter. Okay, say for example, I have a nozzle. Now hot air can come or cold air can come, whatever is coming. Okay, so I want to just focus on this area, for example. Then it will be, this will be called as the system. So what is a system? It is quantity of matter or a region in space chosen for study. Quantity of matter or a chosen a region chosen for
Study.
study.
Will we use the center of mass here?
I can't hear you. Yes.
I said, will we use the center of mass equation here?
Can you? How about others? Can you hear him?
I hear you only. I didn't see any.
Yes,
Yes,
doctor.
doctor, we can hear him.
Wait a minute. I don't know. I cannot hear. Yes. Can you speak now?
Yes, I asked, will we use the center of mass equation here?
Where we?
Will we use the center of mass equation here?
Center of mass.
Yeah, because we will study plenty of matters or plenty of things in one space.
Center. Okay. See, center of mass here is not that important because in thermodynamics we are not concentrated on the center of mass. You mean CG, right? Center of gravity you are talking about, right? So we are not interested in the center of gravity or center of mass in the thermodynamics. We are just focusing on the place or amount of matter, amount of quantity. For example, I'm interested in the small stone where it is going. Like actually this is related to the two approaches we studied in fluid dynamics. If you remember, we said Lagrangian and Eulerian approach. In case of Lagrangian, it concentrated on the particle where it is going. Am I right? And in case of Euler's or Euler's, we fix the area or the place volume and see the what is coming and going out. So particle, how many particles are coming in, going out, or whatever is happening in the volume is Eulerian approach. Whereas here it's about the mass. Okay, so if I, there is a very common example for this. Say for example, I will give the example later on. So if I'm concentrating on this particle movement, I'm concentrating only on this one particle, its position at, okay, at all location. I'm just focusing only on the particle, okay, or say a particular mass only I'm concentrating. Okay, that is one approach. The second approach is that I'm fixing a volume, whatever is coming and going out, I'm studying that. So here it is called as control mass, or matter is chosen for study, not place. Whereas here this is called as control volume, where we say that a volume is fixed and whatever matter is coming in going out is studied. Okay. You know, the example, common example I was talking about is the cameraman. Okay, if you have fixed the camera, like I fix the board, right? Okay. So whatever I'm writing, am I writing the same thing? I'm writing different things, right? So if I have fixed my window, fixed my camera, similarly, that means I have fixed my control volume. I have fixed my volume. So whatever is coming in and going out will be like the chosen place. Okay. But for example, I want to write energy. Okay. And wherever is energy, I am changing my camera. Like for example, race course, if the horse is moving, then what happens? The cameraman or even the uh, racing, okay, Hussein Bolt, etc. For example, Hussein Bolt. So if you are going with him with the same speed, okay, so you are concentrating on the mass. If you are fixing the window, then you are whatever is coming, Hussein can come and others also can come. One rider, second rider, third horse can come. Any horses can come in the window. So it's like that only. So system means a matter or region chosen for the study. It will be easy. It's not that easy. Okay. A system means, so this area or a mass chosen for study. System always has some boundary. That means system reacts with the surroundings. Via boundary. Via bound. Now this boundary is, for example, I have a cup of tea. Okay. Now this is my, say for example, I want to study the tea, how its temperature is changing or something else. Okay, something related to this I want to study. So what I'm doing here, this is a control mass. I'm focusing on this mass. So I will consider this as a boundary, right? This is the system inside and this is a boundary. And what is this? This is all is surrounding. Am I right? Now this heat will interact with the surrounding. If it is hot, then it will try to interact with the surrounding. Now it depends on the material of the cup, okay, and how much hot it is, etc. It depends on many parameters. How cold is outside, surrounding. Depending upon that, there will be heat interaction, right?
Yes.
So my focus is on T. My focus is not how much temperature will increase of the surrounding because of the T. If you got this point, my concentration will be how much effect of surrounding will be there on the T. Okay, not that how much the temperature will increase of the surrounding because of the T. Of course, it will change, but my concentration is not that. My concentration is that how the surrounding will affect T. Okay, so if surrounding is cold, then T will may become cold easily, faster. Okay, if it is hot also, then this will not get cold that fast. Okay, or may not even get cold. Okay, now if you see this boundary, okay, this boundary can be a real or imaginary. For example, if you see here, this is a real boundary, right?
Yes.
Okay, and this is open, right? That means I am considering a boundary, but this boundary is
Imagine.
imaginary boundary. Okay, this boundary can be fixed or moving. For example, if I take 2 sips of tea, then what will happen? The quantity will decrease, right?
Yes.
So now this boundary is now, it was earlier here, then now it is changed to this. because the quantity has decreased. So this is a, we can say, moving boundary, whereas the other boundary is fixed. Is this understood? We can have a fixed boundary, like one side is fixed. Now if you see, for example, if I take more t, then now this is the imagine moving board. This is moving as well as imaginary, right? Okay. Say for example, if I don't drink tea and keep it as it is, then it is only the imaginary boundary. But if I'm taking the tea as well, then the size is of the matter, or the size of the system is decreasing, right? Now, if the size of the system is decreased, okay, boundary has changed. So these fixed boundaries are, the real boundaries are fixed here, whereas imaginary boundary is moving. Okay, so a boundary can be real or imaginary. It can be a fixed or moving. Even the size of the real boundary or fixed boundary can also change. It can have any combination. So now see, system will interact with the surrounding via boundary. Okay. So now if you see here, we have the fixed boundary or the real boundary and the imaginary boundary. We can have a fixed boundary or a moving boundary. Have you understood this example? Closed, open, sorry, real, imaginary, fixed, moving, all 4 types of boundaries.
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Then this all comes in one place, and that place is called as universe. So this is like thermodynamic universe. It is not related to our universe only. It can be, but it's open to the, so everything comes inside the universe. Everything comes inside the universe. What comes? System, boundary, and surrounding all comes inside the universe. For example, I am sitting in my hall. I have a cup of tea, okay, and my fan is open, okay. So system is there, surrounding is there, boundary is there, okay. So system is coffee or tea inside the cup. The cup boundary or the top layer is the boundary. The hall is the, whatever is inside the hall is surrounding, and my hall will become universe.
Universe.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Yes. Any questions? Can I erase this, or you want to take a screenshot to share your friend?
Just a minute, doctor, please. Yes, you can raise now, I think.
Types of systems. Okay. we have three types of systems: open system, closed, isolated. Open means both mass and energy can cross the boundary. Closed means only mass and heat or in whatever mass energy. Only energy. Basically, energy means here in the form of heat. Okay. Only energy can cross the boundary. Both mass and energy cannot cross the boundary. Okay, so you can just from this statement you can make these two sentences, that in case of open, both mass and energy can cross the boundary. Here only energy can cross, but not mass mass cannot cross the boundary. Here in case of isolated system, both mass and energy cannot cross the boundary. Now this example of cup of tea, what is this type, open or close? Yes,
Close.
okay. If I'm not drinking, then it is closed type. Am I right?
Yes.
So if I just cover it, for example, even if I don't cover this, if I'm not drinking, then what will happen? This will become closed. Why? Because only energy can
Can
cross
cross.
the boundary. Whereas, for example, a flow through pipe, okay, and say, for example, I'm heating the pipe as well, or say the steam is going, hot water is going through the pipe. Then what will happen? I'm concentrating on this. So there will be heat exchange as well as mass is coming continuously and going out of the system, right?
Yes.
So this is mass in, mass out. This is energy interaction. Then this is
Output.
open systems. Both mass and energy can cross the boundary. If only energy is crossing the boundary, then it is called as close. Okay. Now, for example, if I have something so that both, say for example, I have a system such that neither mass nor energy can transfer or can cross the boundary, then it is called as isolated system. Can you give the example of isolated system?
Like the water heater at house.
Water heater at house.
Yes.
So, okay. So heat is coming in if you keep it open.
No, it's closed. Usually closed. You cannot open it.
Okay. So it is like the geyser or the water heater is an isolated system because there is no effect of it to the surrounding.
Yes.
Okay. But the mass is coming in, going out.
Yeah, assuming that يعني, we don't use the water.
Yes. If you assume that, then it is
Isolated.
isolated system. Okay. Any other example? Okay. Freezer. Okay.
Yes, if it's closed, it's isolated.
Yes. Okay. Deep freezer or freezer you keep at home. So cold storage basically. Okay. Or thermos you take for coffee, gawa. Okay. Thermos you take to the haram, etc. Actually places. So that is also isolated system. The tea heat and the tea will not go outside, as well as not the heat will not go outside, right? It will remain warm.
Yes.
Okay, remain hot. Then that means it is the isolated system. So I hope you can easily understand the open and close and isolated system. In case of isolated system, in case of isolated, you have a boundary and the mass is not coming in, not going out, and it is remaining same, both mass and energy. No interaction with the, okay. So you can have the freezer like heater, he gave the example, or the thermos, okay, hot pots, etc. These are the isolated systems. I hope you have understood these three examples. Yes. Is this clear?
Yes, I have a question, please.
Yes.
What if the only mass that can pass the boundary, not the energy?
It is not a thermodynamic system problem, right?
Uh-huh.
See, in case of what is thermodynamics? Study of energy, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it is just a flow problem, not thermodynamic problem.
Yes.
Okay. Can you take the screenshot, Mark or Salman? Taken?
Yes, I have taken, Doctor.
Now say we study the properties of system. So properties of the system. So for example, whenever we are taking or studying anything, I'm taking this example because this is very common example, right? The cup of tea. Okay. Can easily understand this. Now, say for example, properties of the system means how you define the system, how you define the system. So what properties do you think? How can you define this T? Say for example, you can define this with quantity, that this is has this much quantity, this many mLs, etc. So you can define volume. mass and volume. What else? Yes. So the points or parameters you are choosing to define any system is called as the property of a system. Okay. So when I want to talk about this T, I can say that it has this much mass, it is taking this much volume, and it is having, say, this much height. Yes.
Maybe viscosity and temperature.
Okay. Viscosity, temperature.
Energy maybe also.
Okay. Or say if you want to say heat. Okay. How much heat is it contain? It it is at certain pressure as well, right? So here as of now it is at the atmospheric pressure, right?
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
Okay. So these are the different properties, for example. Okay. So to define system, usually we need two independent two independent properties minimum. What we need, two independent properties. Independent means they should not be dependent on each other, like temperature and mass or temperature and volume. To any two independent things you need to define for the, okay. Usually I will come to this again. So we have many properties, okay. Enthalpy, entropy, okay. We will define one by one if we need them, okay. So we have density, specific volume, specific gravity, am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Now the properties can also be usually can be classified as intrinsic, sorry, intensive and extensive. Intrinsic, extensive is also there, but for you intensive and extensive. Extensive means it depends on, these properties depend on the mass. Properties that are dependent on mass or size of the system. You can say simply, you can remember one, no problem. Size of the system, it depends on the size or mass of the system. If you remember even the size only, then also so extensive properties means which are dependent on the mass or size of the system. Now what are the, how to understand that? Now for example, the tea is not getting cooler with time, it is same hotness. So if I am drinking the tea, okay, then what is changing?
The volume.
Say for example, I divided this tea into two, okay. say small cups, I put it into small 2 cups. Okay. So what will change? So I divided this quantity into 2, for example. I distributed in 2 glasses. So what will change? Of course, taste will not change, right? So taste is not a thermodynamic property, just what I'm giving for example. So the taste is like intensive property. If you take 1 sip or 100 sip, or if you take 1 cup or 10 cup, its taste will be same, right?
Yeah.
So you can say that, just for to remember, I'm saying that it is intensive property. It is not dependent on the mass. Now, can you tell me mass? Okay, leave it mass, leave the mass. How about the volume? Of course, mass is changing. So I will circle whichever is the extensive property. How about volume? Volume is changing.
Yes, doctor.
So since we are defining the properties with mass and size, that means mass and volume, will not consider them as property as of now. Okay, let's talk about viscosity. Is it
No.
going to change? No. So
No.
this is extensive property. Temperature,
No, we assumed that it didn't change.
sorry, this is when it is not changing, then it is
Intensive.
intense. Temperature is not going to change. Heat,
Same as well.
pressure, our density,
No.
and so mass and volume is not going to mass and volume, they both will change. They're getting, say, it has this mass m, then we have, say, m by 2 here and m by 2 here. Volume is v, then we have volume v by 2, v by 2. Temperature is T, then T here. So if the properties are same, even if you half it, then it is called as intensive. The properties, so the circles are basically which properties? Extensive or intensive?
Intensive.
Intensive, which are not depending on the mass. How about the specific volume and specific gravity? You know what is specific volume? Yes. Do you know or not? Specific volume. What is density? Yes, what is density? Is equal to mass divided by volume, right?
Right, doctor.
Okay. In case of thermodynamics, okay, or any studies, if we are taking any property divided by the mass, okay, what are the properties? Properties which are extensive. That means which changes with time or dependent on time. Sorry, dependent on mass or size. Then if we divide with the mass, then it is called as extensive. So extensive properties per unit mass are usually called as specific properties. Specific properties. Okay. Say for example, mass is changing, right? If you change the size, mass is changing. If you change the mass, size is changing, right? So if you change the size, mass is changing. So mass divided by, okay, if you change the mass, volume is going to change.
Change.
If I'm taking volume per unit mass, then it is called as specific property, right? Now what is specific? What is on the numerator? Specific volume. Okay. So density, what we can say for density, we can say specific mass as well for density. But here it is specific volume. I will explain one more property. Like for example, energy, heat, amount of energy, total amount of energy is going to change or not with
No.
size. See, temperature will not change, but heat will change. I circled wrongly. Heat, amount of heat will be different. Temperature will remain same, okay, but amount of heat will be different. Say for example, if I have a flame from the say igniter, okay, or I have a small matchstick flame, or I have a barbecue flame, say for example, big flame. Okay, what is common in these examples, 3 examples? The same thing is the temperature that flame can produce. If you have a fixed fuel, if you have fixed oxidizer, then you can say that the flame will have the same temperature, but somewhere it is in just milligram, somewhere it is in kilogram. Then amount of heat will be different. Okay. So for example, if you have lighter, the flame in the lighter, cigarette lighter, for example, that can also have the same temperature. The for example, the burner, household stove burner, or you see any cooking burner, for example, if you take any burner, the temperature of the flame will be same. If you cannot touch both flames, but can you cook using the lighter?
No, doctor, of course.
Why? Because it has low heat. Temperature is same, but the amount of heat is different. Amount of heat in the burner. So burner may have, say for example, the 6 to 8 lighters. If you see small flame, multiple flames. Okay. So the amount of heat also changes with the size or mass of the burner. So now if you have heat per unit mass, then what we will call it?
Specific heat.
Yes, or specific energy. Okay. So anything per unit mass, so any extensive property, that means which changes with the mass, then, so remember this: mass, volume, heat, etc. These are the extensive properties. If you take per unit mass, okay, then it is called as the specific property. Specific property means per unit mass. Can we write specific property for intensive? No, because whatever is the mass you take, if per unit mass here means if you take every kilogram, right? Here it means you take any kilograms, it is not going to change. Per unit mass here itself, it is clarifying you that it is going to change with mass. If you take instead of 1 kilogram, if you take 2 kilogram, it will be doubled. Okay. If you take 3 kilogram, it will be tripled quantity. But those properties which are not going to change with mass. Whatever is the quantity you take 1 unit mass, 1 kilogram, 1,000 kilogram, it is not going to change. Then these intensive properties. So common examples are temperature, pressure, density. Okay, like for example, viscosity. Okay, it is not going to change with amount of mass. Okay, so these are the different properties of the system. In the next class, we will define or describe the state of a system. State of a system means condition. Okay, so how do you know that this is a tea or hot tea? Because when you said it's temperature, or if you just feel it at least. Okay, actually temperature is a feeling or degree of that feeling. Okay, so for example, 30 degrees Celsius, the outside temperature 30 degrees Celsius is cold or hot? If the outside temperature is 30 degrees Celsius.
It's hot,
Uh,
doctor.
Moderate, not cold, not hot.
No, it's hot, 36. For me, it's hot.
Yes, so it changes with the feeling. Okay, if you go to the European countries or Russia, etc., 30 degrees Celsius is very hot.
Yes.
Okay,
20 degrees is so hot in our
yes,
European countries.
yes, if you go to Thai, 30 degrees high. Okay, so
Yes,
it,
doctor.
so temperature is like, so it's like a degree of coldness or hotness or feeling it is. Okay, so now that means you are, when you are defining the system, you give some properties. So sometimes only one property is not enough to define any system. So to describe the state of the system, we need to give the some at least two properties, two independent properties. Then if the state is changing, say from 30 degrees Celsius, it is becoming 24 or 27, then we can say it is cooling or heating, etc. Some change in states will cause some processes. So inshallah, in the next class, we will study the states, processes, how they changes the state, etc. in the next class. Okay.
Inshallah. Okay, doctor.
Okay. See you in the next class.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You can take the screen.
Doctor,
And
I
then,
have questions about the
yes.
notes. We finished chapter 4 and we are in chapter 5, right?
Yes.
Uh, in chapter 5, are we going to study from the same book that we take notes, or
No,
the other book?
no.
Okay.
Some other. The same book of I told you Yunus Angel, right?
Right.
The another book I gave, I think
No problem.
shared
Thank you,
in the
doctor.
group.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so Yunus Angel, I told in the previous class clearly that we are not going to use Bansal because it is only for fluid dynamics, okay, or fluid mechanics. Now for thermodynamics, we are going to use the book of Yunus Angel.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, see,